Hello beautiful people, welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Santosenoque. On this video we are going to build this beginner Flutter project under 20 minutes. Basically this is a BMI calculator, body mass index calculator, where you insert your height, your mass, and then you calculate to see if you underweight, overweight, or if you have normal weight. We are going to be using this design. I didn't create this one, I found it on Google, and here is the name of the designer. Basically we are going to convert this into a Flutter app that actually works. If you are excited, I am excited. Let's get straight to it, but before that, a word from our sponsors. This video is made possible by Skillshare. Skillshare is this online learning community where you can have classes on a multitude of topics, ranging from animation, design, illustration, business, lifestyle, and even programming. But what's even better is that you can take all of these Flutter classes on Skillshare, including the very first one I took on Flutter, which is this one by Paulo Deschamps. And the good news doesn't have to stop there, because the first 1,000 people to sign up using the link in the description will gain free access to Skillshare Premium, and after that you'll be paying less than $10 per month on the annual subscription, so it's still very affordable. If you do sign up, you'll be supporting the channel and supporting me, so thank you very much. So guys, this is what your default Flutter app looks like, right? The first thing that we are going to do here is delete this folder, the test folders, since we are not going to do any tests anyways. And then after that, we are going to get rid of everything inside of the main.dart file. Just like that, remove everything, and we will create that again. After doing that, we'll create a new file which is inside the folder called constants. Called appconstants.dart. And here we are going to store all of the constants that we are going to use throughout our app. We need another folder with its corresponding file, which is the home screen of the app, and one final folder containing some widgets. In terms of project structure, this is everything that we need. Now let's go ahead and open our pubspec.yaml file, and we will want to add a new library here. Paste it here, Control save. Good. Now we are going to open up the file app constants inside constants folder, and in here we are going to define some app constants. Obviously, the first thing to do is to import material.dart, the package, and we are going to import our xcolor package as well. Here we are going to define our main color for the app and our accent colors. Good. After that, we are going to open left bar inside of the widgets folder, and basically here we are creating this small bars here. So first we are going to create the left bar and then the right one. Again, first import app constants so that we can use the custom colors. Import flutter material.dart, and this is going to be a stateless widget called left bar because it's the left bar. We only need one property here, which is bar width, and we need to define a constructor for that, right? The bar width property is going to be a named parameter which is required. Inside of our build method, we are going to return a row. We have main axis alignment dot end, and basically what this is going to do is align everything to the right side of the row. And then we have here, actually this should be right bar, not left one, but anyways, we have the children of our row here, and then we have container. The height of the container is 25 and the width is the same given. We are taking the value from bar width, and we are going to do some decoration in here. First of all, we need to add some radius. If you have a look here, we have this. Let me zoom in here. If you have it, we have this rounded edges here. That's why we are using our border radius here. And basically we only want to round up the left side, which is this side here, the top and the bottom left sides. And the color of our bar widget is going to be accent X color, which is yellow basically. Now for the second bar widget, we can do this, copy and paste, because this is going to be exactly the same thing as this. The only difference here being inside of our row, instead of main axis alignment end, we are going to do main axis alignment dot start. Good. Now let's go to home. Now inside home, first things first, we are going to import here our packages, the app constants, left bar, right bar, and Flutter material.dart. Our widget is going to be a stateful widget called home screen, and inside of our build method, we are going to return a scaffold. For the app bar property of our scaffold, we are going to have a title, which is the name of our app, BMI calculator. For the style here, we have text style, color, accent color, which will make our title yellow. And then the font weight is going to be 300, which is a light font basically. The background color of our app bar is going to be transparent, and the elevation is going to be 0 so that we do not have no shadow effect, and the title is going to be centered. Good. The background of our scaffold is main X color, which is a dark gray. And then for the body, we have single child scroll view here, which takes a column, and inside of our column we have this thing here. Let me show you guys what's happening here, or what we have on the screen. To make that possible, let's populate our main file so that we'll start modifying things that you can visualize. Again, we are going to import home.dart material as well, run our main method, and inside of our main method we have run app. My app is a stateless widget that returns a material app widget. Title of our application is BMI calculator. The bug show checked mode banner false. We have the primary color here and the visual density of our app. And then for the home, we have home screen. Good. So guys, based on the modifications that we did, this is basically what we have on our app right now. I'll come back here to our home screen. First, we are going to create a row widget, main axis alignment space evenly. so that every children inside of this row, all of the children will be spaced evenly. Now the first thing to do here is to create our first child, which is a container widget with the width 130, and the child of this is going to be a text field. Inside of our text field we have style, and this is basically the style of the text that it's going to be displayed inside of our text field. Font size 42. We want some light font, that's why we're using font weight W300, and the color accent X color. And basically what this is going to do is this thing here. Yeah. Keyboard type text input number, because we only want to insert numbers inside of our text field. Now some decoration here. We have no border. The hint is height, and if I do a hot reload on this, you can see here, but it's not quite visible. So let's add some style here, the same font size to our hint text, and we want some light text as well, but the color has to be white. We have that. Good. Our second text field is going to be extremely similar to this. We are only going to change our hint text here. So here we have it. Basically all I did was copying and pasting our previous widget here. Just copy and paste that container. The only difference here is that we are going to change the hint text. And this is what we get from these two text fields. If you click on them here, you can see that we can only insert numbers into them, right? Good. Now let's continue this. We need some sized box, another container here. Inside of our container we will have a text widget with the text calculate, and the font size is going to be 22, bold text, and the color will be accent color, right? And if you have a look here at our app, we'll have something similar to this, which we are going to convert into a button in a minute, but now it's just a text. Fine. Add some space again, and another text here, 10, and this is where we are going to display the final result of our BMI calculator. Add some space here, and then some text which is going to be part of the result as well. If I do a hot reload here, and basically we have the same type of widgets here, a container with some text inside of a text widget. For this case of our result in numbers, the font size is 90 and we use the accent color, and for this case the text size is 32, and we use some light font as well. The color is the accent color as well. With all of that, we end up with something like this. Now the last thing to do is add those bars here, these things here, which is very simple since we already created our custom widgets. We are just going to do here left bar width is 40, and then some space, and then add another bar, and the bar width is 70, and then some space and add another bar, hot reload. Now we have this, and we are going to continue this process. Now add bars on the other side and do that again. We are going to end up with something like this. And this is basically what we are looking for. And if you insert some numbers here, you'll see that the color is going to change as well. Now the final part is that when we click here on calculate, we want to be able to get a result here, to have this result updated, right? Good, let's do that now. Let's define few variables here. A controller with the name height controller, and another controller with the name weight controller. A variable of the type double that's going to store the result in number, and a variable of the type string storing the result in text format. Let's assign our controllers to our text fields here, each controller for the respective text field. Convert this into a gesture detector because we want to make it a button, not a text. And here where we have 0, we want BMI result dot to string fixed to. And finally, let's wrap this inside a new widget called visibility widget. We want this to be displayed, where is it here? We want it to be displayed only if the result in text is not empty. And in here, instead of normal weight, we will return the result in text. Inside of our gesture detector, we'll create some local variables. H, that it's going to contain the value of the height controller, and another called W, that it's going to contain the value of the weight controller. Here inside of set state, we will define that our BMI result is going to be equal to W divided by H square, and that's the formula to get the BMI. If the BMI result is greater than 25, means that the person is overweight. If the result is greater or equal to 18.5 but it's smaller compared, or is lesser than 25, it's a normal weight. And finally, here the only thing missing is you are underweight. Flutter run, and here we have our app. Let's test. 128 meters for 64 kilograms. You are underweight, so I am underweight. Here you have normal weight. Let's change this value again. Calculate, you still have your normal weight. So this was basically it, a very small project that you can create under 20 minutes.